I may or may not have a problem. Hey guys, it's Cyanize here, and we're doing kind of a little, kind of a Scott Stash styled video. We're basically taking a look at every single Amiibo I own. Now, I've obviously owned Amiibo since its inception, since 2014, I believe, is when it came out. And Amiibo was, you know, Nintendo's answers to Toys to Life. You guys know the story. Skylanders, Lego Dimensions, all this other stuff. It was so huge at the time, and Nintendo wanted a piece of the pie, and so their answer to that was Amiibo. Now, in my opinion, Amiibo didn't really do as great as Skylanders. In my opinion, Amiibo act more as collectibles rather than figures you buy specifically for their functionality, which in my opinion is okay because the figures themselves are super high quality and they are worth collecting simply for that reason alone. And also, they're just super high quality for the price you're paying for them. I mean, most of these that you see here were around $15.99 or $12.99. They did up the price when they started using higher quality materials. But yeah, a lot of these figures are really cheap despite how well made they are. And it's genuinely surprising because if you go on websites like Good Smile or any of those websites, you know, to get like anime figures and whatnot, those prices are extremely expensive. Now, I mean, that's a whole nother video in it itself. But needless to say, if you're into like figure collecting and you want a bunch of things to display, I gotta tell you, Amiibo are some of the best items to get if you want to display stuff. But in terms of my collection, I've obviously been collecting stuff since the inception of Amiibo. However, it wasn't until last year when I started getting serious about it. Actually, for fans of the channel, you may or may not know, I actually made a bunch of like YouTube shorts in regard to a lot of the Amiibo I was collecting at the time. I was trying out YouTube shorts, seeing if that's something my channel wanted to go down. And needless to say, it was not something I wanted to go down. And it turns out YouTube shorts is kind of cringe. But needless to say though, I did still enjoy collecting the Amiibo and unboxing them. And now we are currently in this position. You can see with the video here, how I got the Amiibos sorted. I actually have all the Smash Brothers Amiibo right over here. And I have pretty much every other Amiibo that's not a Smash Brothers Amiibo over there. And obviously I could have mixed them together if I wanted to. The reason, by the way, the reason I have them all out here like this and the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm actually like remodeling my room a little bit. You guys might be able to see it in some future live streams and or videos on the second channel. Link in the description for the second channel, by the way. But needless to say, I was remodeling and I thought it'd be a good idea to look back on Amiibo. Also, because I made a video a while back talking about the state of Amiibo and whether or not they had a place on the Nintendo Switch too. I do think they do, and that's why I think they're still worth collecting, and also because they're really easy to get nowadays. But yeah, again, we're talking about my collection here, not your guys's, because your guys's definitely cannot compare to mine. That being said, I would like to get some more Amiibo, of course. I would really love the Mega Yarn Yoshis. I'd love Poochie. Oh, and I would also like to grab Box Boy, even though I've never played that game before. I think it'd be cool to have a Box Boy just to say I have one. But outside of that, I pretty much have every Amiibo that I've ever wanted. And it's kind of cool to be able to have them all just display like this and everyone can see them and just see how much of a degenerate I am. Now, I do want to talk about some of these Amiibo. However, I do not want to talk about every single one of them because let's be honest, Yoshi over there does not have anything interesting to talk about. But speaking of interesting things to talk about, let's start with that Guardian Amiibo because that's the one that's catching my eye first. All right, so this Amiibo is really cool because you could actually like pose the legs. I'll try to show it. I don't want to do it too much because it's one of those things where if you mess with the arms too much, it won't let you pose them anymore. It's kind of weird. It's one of those things where if you fidget with it a lot, it's going to stop working. And so I try not to fidget with it too much, but I have it positioned in a way where it can like stand on its arms like it is like a Guardian from Breath of the Wild. But this is genuinely one of the cooler Amiibo out there. It does cost a little bit more, but I promise you it is well worth the price. This thing is massive. You know, it has posable legs. You can do a lot with this thing. And I don't know, it's one of the coolest Amiibo I have in my collection. I love this thing to death. Ooh, and then we have the woolly Yoshis. Oh my god, I love these little guys. I only have the green one because I got the Yoshi's Woolly World Special Edition or whatever, the pack-in thing. They don't do a lot of pack-in titles anymore with like Amiibo or certain like, you know, functionality that the game might have. I admit that's another video for another day for sure. But yeah, Yoshi's Woolly World, there was versions of it where they would include a green woolly Yoshi. And for the longest time, I only had this green Yoshi. Recently though, I was able to get these two. It looks like I'm like choking them to death. Ugh. But yeah, I just happened to find these other two Yoshis for a reasonable price. And that's what I mean by it's like so much easier to collect Amiibo nowadays because these Amiibo were so hard to get at one point. But now I have all three. I have the whole family and these are amazing. These are some of the best Amiibo out there. and I wish they made more like this because, oh my god, they're awesome. Now, those Amiibo are also really cool, but I also want to highlight some Amiibo that aren't really so official, but I got these Amiibo anyway because, I'm gonna be honest, I do not like the Twilight Princess designs of Zelda and Ganondorf. So here we are. We have the Link Between Worlds Zelda and the Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, both featured in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, the artists I got this from, they have an Etsy. They go by Tanith Art. They are super talented. They made these. I mean, obviously there's some glaring issues, but oh my god, they look really good. For custom Amiibo, like, oh my god, you cannot go wrong. Like, these are awesome. I mean, they're in their Super Smash Bros. Ultimate pose renders, so they're all, you know, they look modern. I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with the sentiment, but the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate designs and or poses, they look so raw. So having Amiibo that are actually in the Ultimate, you know, poses is just awesome, especially old characters that would have definitely enjoyed being in the Ultimate pose instead of the pose that they're in right now in Smash 4. I mean, the funny story about the Zelda, and I can show a clip real quick right now. I actually dropped this Zelda on stream. I was doing a video or whatever, and I actually dropped the Zelda. Her arm got broken off and her cape. You can see like the little line there. I accidentally dropped this thing and I feel horrible about it, but I ended up getting it fixed. But oh my god, it was so traumatic. I'll show the clip right now. Oh, oh my god. Oh. No! Needless to say, I am a horrible person. Now, you guys probably already know this, but we don't get a lot of like customizable Amiibo. We don't get a lot of Amiibo that like to, you know, change the idea, you know, like to stand out outside of being a regular figure. Like we would get stuff like the woolly Yoshi over there, and you can kind of see I kind of spoiled it a little bit. But then we would get Amiibo like Mr. Game & Watch. Now, Mr. Game & Watch is flat, as we can see here. He is a PNG. But, you know, obviously, you know, Nintendo was like, would people pay $12.99 for Mr. Game & Watch Amiibo? Now, I would, but I understand why most people didn't. And so they made these. They made these little guys. They made these little guys. They're different, you know, they're little Mr. Game & Watch, you know, sprites, I guess, that he does in Smash Brothers, and it's super cool. It's super cool and it's awesome, and it's such a cool way to give more value to a flat character. I don't know, I think it's cool. I think it's genius. I love that they did this. Now, moving on, there isn't really anything crazy about this guy. This is Greninja. He's my main. He's kind of my channel mascot as well. The Super Smash Brothers series kind of made me really fall in love with Greninja as a character, and yeah, I just wanted to highlight him because I remember I asked my mom for this Amiibo for Christmas, and I got him, and that was probably the happiest I've been in a long time. So yeah, shout outs to the Greninja Amiibo. But if you think that's crazy, dude, you got to check out the big boys, the big Amiibo. I picked a couple. Obviously, there's more in here, but we got some big boys in the Amiibo collection. Obviously, we showed off the Guardian earlier, but there's some other big boys. We have the Emmy from Metroid Dread. This thing is insane. It not only has an insane pose, but the base is also insane. It's big. Like, this is my palm. This is the palm of my hand. Look at it. It feels like a Skylander. This isn't even an Amiibo. This is a Skylander. We got Zelda and her Loft Wing. I believe this Amiibo was also an Amiibo that costed a bit more because it was a lot bigger. I'll show an image on screen if I'm wrong. But if I'm not, I'm just gonna stand on my feet with that one. And then we have freaking Big Man. Now, obviously it did come with Shiver and Fry, and they're cool. But Big Man's better. I mean, just look at the details on Big Man. He is insane. Like, all of him is here. He is a little flat, so that's probably why they were able to get away with so much. But even then, like, this is like the best representation of Big Man ever. Nothing got cut from the design at all. Everything is there. It looks like, because like obviously there's some Amiibo where they just genuinely had to scale back because they're, you know, shrinking a very detailed character into a tiny little thing. But Big Man here, he's all here. He's all here. And speaking of Splatoon Amiibo, oh my god, the Splatoon Amiibo in general are so amazing. You can see some of them down there. They are so well detailed. I'm not going to pick them up because they're not important. But you know who is important? The Squid Sisters. Oh my god. Now, obviously, the designs have gotten a lot better. I would argue the Splatoon series of Amiibo have gotten a lot more detailed since this. But these still hold up pretty dang well. And there's still a ton of detail to enjoy here. On every angle. I know there's an inside joke to be made there, but we're not gonna make it. But I don't know why, but every single time they make an Amiibo for the idols, they're always so high quality, and these things are always super fun to display as well. I love the expressions on them, and I love their dresses, and I love the ink. I always love the ink coming out of the bases. It's so cool. And then we move on to my favorite idol group, Marina and Pearl off the hook, and you can see here, like, even more detail. Like, the hair is a lot more glossy, the ink is a little more crazy, the poses are dynamic. I don't know why. They always serve at the idle poses. And even though I gave these two crap, we also have Shiver and Fry. And oh my god, they're even detailed as well. Her pants right over here, and then Shiver's like blue, like transparent thing. I don't know what you call it. And then like to the masks as well. It's just all so cool. They go all out with the idols. Like they go so insane with the idols that they actually one up themselves and they made new versions of the idols that look objectively better, to the point where it's just a matter on which outfit you like more. Obviously like the new version of Marie here looks a lot better, but you know, still, I mean, I love the umbrella. The umbrella is awesome. However, unlike that amiibo, I'm going to be real. I think I prefer the OG Callie, even though this one's like a little bit more expressive and it's more detailed. I don't like the ink color, and I've been ranting about this. I don't know if you guys will agree with me or not. I hate how her ponytail, or like her twin tail or whatever, is on the front of her face and on the back, like every other Callie design. It bothers me, and it's going to bother you guys too. I don't know. Am I alone on that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. It actually bothers me. I prefer the way Callie does her hair in this compared to her hero mode outfit. Let me know if I'm crazy for that, because I genuinely want to know. And then of course we got Pearl. She also got one for the side order DLC. And yeah, oh my god, way more expressive. Look how like crazy she is. She's like jumping out of the ink. She's like, yo, what's up? What's up? And it's awesome. It's freaking awesome. Look at her. She's a gremlin. It's awesome. Now, I'm gonna be real. Marina's also one of those where it's like, okay, I think the original is still better, but this one is also so cool too. I love her outfit in it. And also her hair is like, you can put them side by side. Her hair is so much more flowier and even crazy. By the way, I have to highlight this. Her hair has like cosmicness around it. They put glitter in her hair. Like, as far as I'm aware, Marina's the only one where they'll do this with. I don't know why, but Marina just has glitter in her hair. Even like, if you own this amiibo, also, if you touch it, it literally feels like glitter. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and it's so cool. The Splatoon team, I love you. You guys are awesome. You're so cool. Keep making cool stuff. Heading back to Smash Brothers real quick. I know there isn't really much to talk about in regards to the Smash Brothers amiibo, in my opinion. But a lot of the newer, like, Ultimate ones are just insane. You know, let's talk about everybody's favorite VGC Menace, Incineroar, over here. Oh my god, do you all see the individual hair textures on Incineroar? It's insane! It looks so crazy! Like I don't know if my camera's doing it justice here, but it is insane. You didn't have characters like Dark Samus. It's like, oh my god. I don't think my camera's gonna be able to capture the detail. But this thing literally looks like an alien. Like, you get alien vibes looking at this MF. Like, oh my god. And then if there was an image for the word perfect, it would be the Joker amiibo, because oh my god, this one's perfect. Everything about it, the base, the pose, the pizzazz, the style. Oh my god, everyone should own a Joker amiibo. This thing is awesome. This thing is so cool. And though I have been talking pretty positively about these amiibo, what the hell? And you know what? Let's bring your boy Alex over here too, because this guy isn't safe either. Oh my god, for $20.99 you get these. Are you kidding me? Now, you know, there's an argument to be made that some of these amiibo should be, you know, worth more. They should cost more. But these two, you cannot tell me with a straight face that these amiibo are worth $20.99. They're literally standing there menacingly. And, you know, to somebody who doesn't own these amiibo, that, you know, you might think that's funny. But that $30 came out of my wallet. I had to spend $30 on whatever the heck this is. They're just standing there. They just showed up and they just looked forward. I don't know. I get that that's what they do in Minecraft, but I wish they would have done something like just like holding a sword or just anything. Like, I can get an action figure of Steve holding a diamond sword for like $1 or maybe $5 with the economy. And I could get more mileage out of that than this amiibo. And this one continues to interest me to this day. We did eventually get amiibos for Noah and Mio. Now, I know a lot of you don't play Xenoblade. A lot of you guys should. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. It's out right now. You all should go buy it. But yeah, for some reason, they just made amiibo with these two. And it wasn't just like, oh, you know, they came out with the game. These came out like, I think 2 years after the game came out, and all they did was give you outfits that you could already obtain in game. So it's kind of weird to have these amiibo. I think they only made them because these are popular characters, and this game had the chance of winning Game of the Year when it came out originally. I don't know, that's my theory. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to have these amiibo. They're really good looking amiibo, and I'm happy to have them. I would love more Xenoblade character amiibo, but it's just interesting to have these when I feel like that we could have lived without these two. I'm just being real, because I love it, but I can imagine most Nintendo fans are like, what? Wait, where's my new Mario Kart game? Why are you working on Bumble Frick from boring generic JRPG? Even though these games are really good, by the way, you guys should play them. And that's kind of all the cool amiibo in my collection. I don't really know how to end this video other than showing my Mifa amiibo because I really like Mifa and I like this amiibo. Yeah. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed my collection. I hope this inspires you guys to go collect Amiibo and yourselves. I just wanted to give credit to the well-made designs of the Amiibo. I know I didn't cover everything, but you know, I'm only doing this because my house is being remodeled right now, and you know, things have been a little bit busy on my end, but trust me, I'm gonna get a big video out next week. I've just been pushing it back and stalling because I haven't had enough time to work on it. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase my Amiibo collection while I was remodeling my room a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to go into the comments to tell me what your favorite Amiibo is and what your favorite experience, or, you know, just tell me a story about the time you collected an Amiibo and, you know, what happened during that. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I have a lot of cool Nintendo stuff to show and stories to share. I'd be so down to do it. Just let me know. Just let me know. Stay hydrated, stay cool, and I will see you all in another video. Bye-bye.